Welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and I'm outside. It's gonna be a great day. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it anyway. The weather's good. I got my sleep, doing the things I need to do, and this is part of it. Yeah. I didn't get here alone, right? I've had a lot of really positive support, and you're part of it. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. But there are a lot of people out there, and I'm definitely guilty of it myself, that feel like they're quite alone, all right? And there's a difference between solitude and loneliness. Yeah. So, solitude or being alone, that's a choice, right? But loneliness, yeah, feeling loneliness is very different. So, how did I get around that? Well, just have to take stock, slow down, and learn to appreciate a little bit of those people who are present, those people who are in your life. And right, you might feel like you're an island, but probably surrounded by other islands, or the distance in the water between you and those other islands might be a little different. Might be further gaps, but you're not alone. So yeah, and that'll change throughout your life. But sorry for not getting to the point. I've had to either shorten the gap between those islands, or I've had to increase the size of my island. Hey, is it possible you can find other people on your island? Yeah, explore that island. Right? I've got a lot of really good group of dynamic, inspiring, courageous people in my life. And so I'm drawn to them, and I would hope that I've got people in my life that are drawn to me, right? And I know that because that's what I do. It's how I got to be where I am professionally, right? Hired as a trainer, hired to be a manager, a mentor, and support for a very capable team, a team that's got a lot of responsibilities that can impact a lot of positive change, that are involved in risk taking, risk management. So yeah, I didn't get here alone, right? Had to earn it, had to work hard. And in order to do that, I've had some mentors. Yeah. Right. I didn't learn to slay those dragons by myself. Yeah, there are some aspects of my life that got me there, and I'm grateful for those people that have helped me get there. Right, and now I'm trying to do my part, and that's part of me doing what it is that I'm doing, man. Okay. Right? You have aspirations of more subscribers and more watch time. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to think that the longer I do this, the better I get at it, the more of an impact I can have. Mentoring other people to be more healthy. And it's not easy, right? You're gonna feel like they're alone. They are alone. Feel alone, right? But that's different than being lonely, right? So sometimes those courageous acts, that discipline, that sacrifice of creating actual change can feel different, look different, to the point, and what is the point, that you need to be different, right? Self-improvement requires change. And other people are gonna, even not the right people, but some people are gonna say, why are you doing that? That's not who you are. Yeah, it's okay, because who you were might not be who you want to be, or that you need to be. It's not healthy, right? So find someone in your life who can help you change, right? Find a mentor, right? Find a coach. I get to be a coach. I get to be a mentor. but we're not all there. But there's one other person that has a need for achieving something that you have, right? Some aspect, right? So I've got mentors in my life, and it's not everything about them. No, they've got some flaws that I don't care to appreciate, but there's some aspects of them that I think are of value. So I'm gonna invite them to be a mentor. I'm gonna spend time with them so I can greater understand and incorporate that particular aspect. So I've got some people in my life that are successful financially, so I'm going to ask them about that particular aspect of their success, right? That financial part. But, you know, as a person, as a partner, as a parent, as, you know, someone who has other aspects of responsibility in their life, yeah, I'm a little bit better. So I don't need to take advice from them on those other aspects, but yeah. And I've got a mentor who is just an amazing leader, right? As a father, there's room for improvement. I'm sure they're growing. But as far as being a coach, as far as being a mentor, yeah, they're the kind of person that, kind of coach, kind of mentor that I want to be. So I'll take advice from them that way. And sometimes you got to go the other direction, and maybe you can't find the mentor in your life, but you've probably have some experience with a lot of examples in your life of things that, yeah, you can't do that, right? So I am becoming the father, the husband, the employee, the manager, now than I needed as a younger person, right? I'm becoming the father that I needed, that I didn't have, right? I'm becoming the husband that my mom needed, she didn't have, right? I am becoming the coach that I needed, that I didn't have at certain parts of my life. So I'm learning from those positive aspects of certain people in my life, and I have learned what not to do. Yeah. Two different ways of looking at it, but the goal is the same. So that takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of, unfortunately, can take a little bit of hardship, right? Yeah, I've learned, don't use those words again. Yeah, right? So yeah, that hurt, right? I feel guilty for that. Can't go back in time, but I can make amends, apologize, right? Because I've had some people say some words, do some things, create emotions in me that were not positive. So I'm trying to avoid having similar consequences to those people that I am responsible for, that I interact with, and then go out of my way to do the opposite, right? What could have been, what should have been, what would have been, what is the appropriate way to respond with my words, with my actions, with my emotional impact, with my presence, with my energy, with my time, with my resources. Right? So, yeah. I'm hoping that I can create change, right? Change is inevitable, change is painful, but it's going to happen one way or the other. And that feeling of loneliness, that feeling of being stuck, right? Feeling helpless. I don't have the time, don't have the energy, don't have the resources, don't have the skill, don't have the knowledge. All those things to be quite debilitating, right? I don't have what I need to go forward. Well, that's one hurdle, right? And there are a lot of them, and they stack up really quickly. They get overwhelming. That creates a lot of stress. So rather than focusing on what is not there, one other way to do it is to think about those things that are behind. All right, what do I have rather than what don't I have? Well, you've got more time than you realize, right? You've got some experience, right? But at some point, you've got to make a change, right? One of the debriefs I give to young people after certain challenge course activities, after certain aspects of learning through play, is to not take for granted. Don't take for granted who you are. Don't take for granted when you are. All right. I've had a chance to, learn a little bit about the demographic of you, and I've learned a few things about who is on the other side of the screen, who you are, and take stock of who I am and why that might be the demographic that's watching this. So with the reality of that in mind, because it wasn't, the goal wasn't the demographic I was reaching for, but I'm happy for you. I'm happy for that information. Right? Trying to evoke change, trying to inspire other people, be a mentor that, I didn't get here overnight. I didn't do it with a lot of other help. No one can put in the work for me. I've got to do it, but I've been inspired. Sometimes I've been forced out of necessity. You got to start doing this, because not doing it, not changing, it's not healthy, and you're affecting all those people around you. But first and foremost, you're just killing yourself. You're right. So if I do love those people in my life, I've got to start loving myself, right? Create some change. So look for mentors, right? So becoming a certified forest therapy guide, took a little bit of work, but I had some foundation. I had some skills already, and that made it a little bit easier because I saw other people who were in my grove who didn't have as much experience and a background. They had to work a little harder, right? But they still had something that drew them to the training, that drew them to the need, to the want, capacity to create change through forest therapy. And so there's one lady in particular that I still get emails from every week, that I still see from time to time at conferences, and keep in touch. I've had a chance to walk with her, and she is inspiring. She's amazing. She's very talented. She creates a very positive impact for our guests. I want to be like that. So, part of my life, right? And as far as being, an employee, I've got some amazing people that support me. So I'm trying to mirror that and be supportive to them. So I'm still looking for other mentors. I'm still looking for other people who can teach me to be a better father, because, I don't have that figure in my life. Right? But I've learned how to be a supportive father, at least more supportive than the one I had. Right? Don't want to be a monster. So, find somebody who has gone through the challenges and come out the other side, right? So, don't take advice from someone who hasn't actually achieved the goals you want to achieve, right? They might have some perspectives, they might have some thoughts, but, Indiana, right? Go outside. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.